feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride away.
Tristan Thompson's really close to LeBron.
2016, you started dating Chloe.
Oh, that's a Chloe shit. We're the Drake shit. Drake. Is it this?
You and Drake, obviously, he's from that area. You know Drake. Y'all grew up together. And he's always, I don't see him as at the games as much as he used to be in Toronto. And they look like they're a pretty good team. So what's your relationship with Drake?
That's my brother.
Because I think he was at your mom's funeral.
Yep, he was there. Yeah, so Drake's my brother. I've known him since I've been 17. That's family. Always gonna ride with him. Like you said, he was there when my mom passed away. We have a relationship. I spoke to him during last week as well. Close. I mean, the beauty about us, all of us Canadians, we all root for each other.
Oh, I forgot he's Canadian. Yeah, well, definitely there's like a Canadian link up going on. By the way, if you guys don't know, I got to do a shameless plug. I need everybody to go to my Instagram, whether my main or my personal, and I click on that link. Toronto, I'm coming to Canada, coming to the 6th. The invasion, the chat niggas in the 6th is happening July 31st, 8 p.m. You never know. I might bring out anybody, okay? Listen, the OVO chain is going to be moving around in the 6th. Wicked. Straight up, okay? I might have to bring out one of the OVO guys. I'm going crazy that weekend. I might even have to call in fair for Drake and Blake. Drake, just pop up. Just do half a song, okay? All I need you to do is teach me, baby. That's all I want. You know what I mean? That's all I want. But anyway, I'm in the 6th. Carabana weekend. It's if you don't know, Carabana weekend, crazy weekend, one of the best weekends. And by the way, shout to it was just Canada Day, but we're going to Toronto, and it is going to be on July 31st. I'll be there for a couple of days, but that's our event. I'm hearing some rumors that some other stuff's happening. I like what's happening, but if you guys are going to be in Toronto, you're traveling to Toronto, you a chat nigga, get them goddamn tickets. We're going to have a good time. Tell me who you want to pop out, because a lot of artists as well in Toronto, we've always showed them love. They're all asking, like, yo, what's up? Like, yo, can we bless the stage? What we doing? So just let me know if you guys are going to be there. I'm definitely going to be there. We're going to have a good time. But if you want to get the tickets, go to my Instagram and just click in the link in the bio, and you will be able to cop it. Whether it's my personal, if you're watching my personal, oh no, this is Facts right here. Facts, I like your Abby, bro. I like that color. I always like my color. And then just click on the link in the bio, and we will have a good time. Anyway, that was just a quick plug. But back to Tristan talking about Drake.
Yes.
Like for myself, like, I'm close to Drake, but I'm also close to The Weeknd.
Right.
I love The Weeknd. That's my brother is.
Now you got to calm it down here. I realize, like, the Weeknd Drake thing, it's more of like Toronto people be known a little bit more. It's not like Main Street people in the United States kind of don't know, like, how complex it is. Like, without saying, well, shit, I've said a lot about it anyway. First of all, I told you the Weeknd dudes rushed me when I went to their fucking show. They were like, yo! Like, they were doing some other shit. Anyway, then they realized, I'm like, you know who invited me, right? The Weeknd invited me. What the fuck? Like, it was a bunch of, like, security. But also the interesting thing about that is that OVO and EXO share, like, a lot of, like, mutual mans. Like, a lot of their, like, guys hang out with both. Like, they're the biggest fucking groups out of Toronto. So, anyway.
As well, Party Next Door, love them as well. Like, that's all family. And I think that's a beauty, because, like, for us from Toronto,
yeah,
the way we look at it is like Toronto versus the world.
Right. Okay.
Like, it's like we call it Screwface Capital. So like we're very like we come with a chip on our shoulder. So
right.
Yo, where's Tristan Thompson from? Is he like a Brampton man? Or is he from Scarborough or like Rexdale or something like that? Where is he from? I could see him being from like Vaughan or something like that, London or something.
Obviously Drake has definitely led the way in the entertainment and music industry doing his thing. So, he's hip hop needed him.
Right.
You see when he dropped 3 albums.
Yeah. You know what? But it might take you to get Drake and Bron back together again. You working on that?
I would love to. Listen, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Mike Brown was your coach in Cleveland,
mm-hmm.
and watching him, and I'm happy for Mike because I thought he got a seriously raw deal in Sacramento.
Yeah.
and then for him to turn around and take a team to a championship, and he wasn't their first choice. He was probably way.
Do I think that LeBron and Drake will reconcile? I think they will. I don't think he'll ever be like how it was. I'm gonna be honest with you. From again, obviously, I talked to Drake a bit, and I kind of probably see it from a different lens. So like maybe I'm a little biased. I don't know. And I've never talked to LeBron, but I feel like Drake was like really like acting like these guys were like his real homies. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like this is also, I know I get like flack for that too, where people be like, yo, like even with the Charlamagne thing, I'm like, yo, I'm thinking we're like cool, like we're friends. Like I'm not thinking like this, like you're trying to have some facetious thing in your back pocket to snake me out. I'm like, bro, like why the fuck are we doing that? Like, bro, we could just not talk to each other. So I'm thinking that, not saying that we're day one friends, but it's like we're thinking we're cool. And I think that's how genuinely, I honestly feel Drake looks at shit. I'm gonna be honest. Even like, yo, ever since me and him, we've locked in a lot. Like, bro, like Drake is like, yo, we gotta turn up. Like, yo, like he's like, yo, I'm about to invite you to, like, I want to turn up with you. Like, the nigga bro, he's a regular guy. Y'all are gonna kill him because he's just a natural, genuine nigga, and he's not a snake. He's not like, he doesn't have ulterior fucking motives. So like, of course, when people are like, yo, and I've said that kind of a little bit too before, like, damn, Drake really just kind of like has these friendship expectations of these other guys that don't reciprocate. That's kind of true. But I don't know if you could knock a nigga for just like being genuine to be like, yo, I fuck with you. You're my guy. We got good memories together. Like, shit, we've talked about this. We've been through this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you could fault a nigga for that, right? Now, do I think, I think they'll kind of be, I think eventually they'll reconcile. They're two goats. They'll reconcile. But it'll never be like how it used to be. I could tell Drake used to just, that was like his road dog. Like, they would kick it in maybe non-convenient times and would have fun that, it's just like whatever they're doing. And I don't think you could ever kick it with a snake like that, man. Like, once you start realizing, like, a nigga's a snake, it's like, bro, you can't really, like, kick it around that nigga like that, bro. You always got to, like, have your head on a swivel. So, I do think they're going to piece it up. But I think they're going to piece it up like Drake and Future. I don't know what Drake and Future's relationship is now, but I think Drake, Drake probably was just like, keep an eye on that nigga. I don't know. But I think eventually they're going to piece it up. I think eventually they are going to piece it up.
Way down the list.
He was probably down at the bottom. They probably had assistant coaches ahead of him.
Yes.
So I played with Mike Brown in Cleveland. And, I'm hyped for Mike getting out of Sacramento.
By the way, I ain't going to lie. I always thought Mike Brown was a horrible coach. When he coached LeBron, I remember like there was a late game. It was like 20 seconds left. It was like, I remember him having his hand on his head while the assistant coach drew up the play. And I was like, yo, this guy's not coaching LeBron. He's just saying LeBron win the game. Like, they were down like 1 or 2, and I think the team had hit like a 3, and the timeout is there. When they're showing like the timeout, the head coach just had his hand on his head like, what are we going to do? And I'm like, you're the fucking head coach, nigga. I always thought it was horrible. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, this championship that he just got, I'm giving it squarely to Jalen Brunson, bro. Like, I do not think, like, but maybe it's because I look at what I think is dope coaches is a Phil Jackson who's going to draw plays. He's, like, really cerebral, like, shit. Even a Steve Kerr, like, shit. Even a Popovich, like, I've never seen this bozo really do nothing. Like, I just see him over there. He look goofy, bro. So, like, he's just been gifted with some players who could overcome. But I never thought that nigga was good at shit. I'm sorry.
Because, and I'm not here, like, the reality is that the problem with Sacramento is that they have some great people on the staff, but it's like anything in life, right? If up here ain't right,
you're right.
You can't expect down here to be good.
Right.
And I think, the good thing about Mike Brown's deal is that they gave him an extension and they fired him a couple months after. So it's okay. Pay me and then fire me.
Yeah.
Pay me to go home. So that's great for him. But, what Mike Brown was able to do and win that championship, he deserves it. Deserve it.
Man, I don't know. You listen, Patrick Beverly said James Harden is better than D-Wade, and now he's saying, I'll take Jalen Brunson over Allen Iverson. And this ring culture is really skewed people because there are people that's winning championships and they all of a sudden, well, he's better than Charles Barkley. And he's better than this. I'm like, bro, do you, just because he has a ring, and that's not to diminish it, but now a ring is the end all be all. And I can't get with that though.
I don't agree with it. I think, I agree with you right there. I don't think rings make you great. Cause like listen, AI led the culture.
Yeah.
He's the one that bridged basketball and hip hop.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
What his impact,
the cornrows,
yeah, like
the big tall tees, the baggy
pants, the tattoos with the braids,
the sleeve.
Come on, like he's the same way like Dennis Rodman made almost like
rebounding cool,
but almost made like being a black rock star cool, like on some Jimi Hendrix stuff.
Yes,
that's impactful. That's like part of like legacy.
Yes,
AI is part of like basketball legacy, where it's like you don't need to compare him. Like he's like untouchable,
right? Because
he was bigger than basketball. He was the culture. Like think about it, he had white kids getting weave with cornrows, and wearing sleeves.
All right, yeah, I think they're gonna squash it eventually. They're gonna squash that bitch. But I just don't see. I don't see Drake and LeBron going on a 2-man again. If they ever did, I don't know if they did. By the way, and actually, I think Drake is still forgiven. You know, right now I think he got a chip on his shoulder, but I still think he's a forgiving guy. If they never get back cool, that is the fault of what's LeBron's wife name? Savannah. Yeah. Because Drake is probably the nigga that LeBron been blaming, like, yo, why every time you go to Toronto, the hoes is around? Yo, it's Drake. They love Drake. Come on, gang. Like, you know what I'm ones? Like, yo, I got one of my mans I always blame for everything. When my man just got married, yo, his wife looked at me with disgust. I'm like, damn, what the fuck I did? I'm hearing about shit I did. Yeah, and every time, blah, 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 I heard about so-and-so, you brought all the bitches out, you always bring the biggest hoes. I'm like, oh, yeah, I do. I do bring out the hoes. I do. Oh, yeah. My bad. Nah, yeah, my bad. I shouldn't put him through. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my man's like, why you ain't telling me you blamed like that on me? You know one of them ones? Exactly. All right.